Welcome to my Money, Money, Money series in 2025. Let's talk about best value. Best value basis pricing decisions on the value associated with the benefits received, not the actual prices and not the overall costs. A best value assessment uses decision criteria that go beyond costs to include decisions on work scope and pricing based on intangible such as market risks, social responsibility, responsiveness, and flexibility. That means to conduct a best value analysis, your company, whether you're the sales company or the buying company, must be able to establish your financial guardrails. For example, corporate policies that limit the duration of an agreement or limit the amount a supplier can invest in a customer project are guardrails that impact a value decision. So what I mean by that, by understanding financial guardrails, is the buying company's corporate policies that limit the duration of an agreement is a guardrail, and it will limit how much the supplying organization can invest in your organization in costs that are non-recoverable. And these are specific to your organization. So the supply organization needs to be able to recover them. They're idiosyncratic costs, they're usually one-time costs. Separate from that, if you're on the if you're on the sell organization, then your financial guardrail will be how much can you invest in a project. So your sales team might be limited by how much it can invest in the customer organization. And these are usually guardrails that are established at the most senior level of management. And when I've been on the supporting the buying side of the organization, then typically I not only understand my guardrail of corporate policies, but I also seek to understand the supplier's guardrails with respect to how much they can invest in my customer's project. In order to be able to do a best value assessment, both organizations need to document your assumptions. Now, I cannot stress enough how important it is for both companies to document assumptions underpinning the work and costs, and then share those assumptions with the other party. Just yesterday, I was asked by a client to re-review the list of supplier assumptions submitted in a request for proposal to aid in developing a counteroffer in a complex pricing model negotiation. So what I mean is the buying organization asked for the underpinning assumptions in the request for proposal. That winning supplier's proposal was then advanced to negotiations. We're now negotiating a complex pricing model, so we're looking at a best value assessment, including other kinds of intangibles like responsiveness, flexibility, things like that. But we also wanted to understand the underpinning assumptions behind their proposal. You also need to identify your total cost of ownership for goods or your activity-based pricing for services. Now, I just discussed these types of financial analysis in this video here. You also have to understand the limits to transparency. A best value analysis is worthless without some level of corporate transparency. That means you have to understand your company's comfort level and level of transparency and work with that level of transparency with your counterpart. All right, well, since you're still watching, let me tell you just how much I love negotiating complex deals. And if you ever want a subject matter expert on best value, please give me a call. I am happy to help.